You know we be with it, we off in the hood like some wizards. Nobody ever gave us anything. Meant something from nothing, just like magicians. Gotta relearn everything. Just to remember that I was forgetting. Just to remember that we had a vision. Did it all, don't know how I did it. Time to go start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we know the vision. Start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go and you know those crystal truths. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we know the vision. Off on the mission, you know how it goes. Off in the system, they turn up their nose. They took all the soil, but they didn't know. Through the concrete, you see the ropes. Eyes ain't open, don't mean I ain't woke. Ain't got no cash, don't mean that I'm broke.
Welcome. Wholeness and balance, love. From the one true creator that is within you. I attune myself to the creative impulses that indwell and seek to express in, through, and as me. As Ra comes in today and shares with us information. From everywhere in the universe and nowhere at all. You get to take it in. You get to sit within it. You can sit and understand it. You can understand it. And you can climb to the overstanding of all that is and is not. It's here today, in this now moment that you've come to join us in. My life is a canvas, just as yours is, just as Marcus's is. And the canvas is for us to paint on, sculpt on. Bend the universe to our will, our free will. Bend the universe. Allow it to lean into us or for us to lean into it. Growth and expansion. Shifting and evolution. Are you ready? Let's make a little bit more of the unknown known to us. Ask a question. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready, Marcus?
I know I am definitely ready. And before we dive into episode 40, we're going to take a little recap and journey in time space back to last Wednesday for episode 39.
Season to go and you know those crystal truths. Back up in the matrix, off on the.
A good deal of material about psychic attack and the Orion group is included. And the volume ends with a beginning glance into the archetypal mind.
What you see is Anubis is weighing the soul's heart on the scale, and it's being weighed against the lightness of a feather. And the whole point is to see if that soul's heart from their last incarnation is as light as a feather. And if it's as light as a feather, then they ascend to a higher 2 weeks. 2 weeks, fractured rib. They said it'll take at least 3 to 4 weeks of just the pain part. 2 to 3 months to fully heal the fractured rib. But here I am in 2 weeks, pretty much 100%. So the proof's in the pudding.
While you're taking it, put it in front of you and find out how you can transition from that medicine to something more holistic for you. And then how to hold space for yourself in using the mentalism, and all that is manifestation. Wow.
There we are.
There we go.
That was episode 39. The first episode of book 3. And now, kings and queens, fellows of the earth, we're going to dive more into book 3 as we continue. Back over to you, Sandee.
I like to do those eyebrows.
The Rock.
Right? Yeah. Right? We're gonna dive. We don't have to shimmy off the diving board, you know. Now we get to just bounce
Michael Phelps.
and just dive. Yes. Right? Dive into the unknown. Make it known. It's only unknown until you make it known. It's only unsaid until you hear it and it becomes said. We're the creators. That's what Ra is telling us. There is nothing that we did not know before we came into these bodies. We have just had a little bit of amnesia, a little bump in the road. And there's infinite amount of ways to access our portal through the amnesia, to access the portal that's going to take us through it, that's going to guide us through it. Infinite portals, infinite dimensions, infinite consciousnesses to hear what we need, the GPS of where we want to go on this playground. It's all a playground. You don't want to be in politics, then go play in the scientific community. If you don't want to be in the scientific community, go play in the Baptist born again community. If you don't want to play in that community, go play in your spiritual community. If you don't want to play in your spiritual community, and hey, you want to be an atheist and say that there is not a God that you know called God, go play there. Go play though. Infinite possibilities. The divine is just saying, I'm being you while you're doing it. And then I'm going to send you guides in all formats that you can tap into, that you can go with the flow. Because your GPS is your feelings and your emotions to what Ross says, or your emotions to what Jesus says, or to your emotions and feelings about what Buddha says. And then where do you want to go from there? So all Ra is doing is giving you a guide. They're saying, we've been there, done that. Here's our guideline to how we got there. We're not telling you it's easy, guys. We're giving you the free, what is that thing that my kids used to play, my youngest son used to play on the video games, and he used to have little cheat codes. He would find them on the computer to pass go, and he would get a little bit further. I think they called them cheat codes. That's all Ra is doing, is giving you a cheat code. And he's not giving you any money for it. You want to say something, Marcus? I saw your hand up.
Oh no, I was just saying hello to CEO of Cash.
Of Cash. Hi, Olivia. Hello.
Oh, you know this lady.
Yes. She's also known as Professor Sunflower. Olivia Brewer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice
Thank
name.
you for joining us. Yeah.
Welcome.
So I love when she calls me Love too. Hello, Lovey. It's Ra's, just like I said, cheat codes. And this is the one place it's okay to have a cheat code. It really. Ra says, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you free. If you want to dive in, here we are. Yeah. Here. You know why? Because I bought the book. And I'm reading the book, and I'm not asking anything from you but to come and enjoy. I'm not asking anything from you but to take what resonates to you and then go expand you and share it with someone else so that they show up next Wednesday. I know next Wednesday is Christmas, but we're doing a Christmas episode. We're going to give you an hour, right? We're going to give you an hour, right? If we're diving into Christ consciousness on Christmas Day, we're going to give you an hour. I'm just saying. Okay? So here we go. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm taking my bookmark off. The questioner says, what do you mean by crystal structures? I'm Ra. Each of the energy centers of the physical complex may be seen to have a distinctive crystalline structure in the more developed entity. Each will be somewhat different. Just as in your world, no two snowflakes are alike. However, each is regular. The red energy center often is in the shape of a spoked wheel. The orange energy center in the flower shape containing 3 petals. The yellow center, again in a rounded shape, many-faceted as a star. The green energy center, sometimes called the lotus shape, the number of points of crystalline structure dependent upon strength in the center. The blue energy center, capable of having perhaps 100 facets and capable of great flashing brilliance. The indigo center, a more quiet center, which has the basis. Hold on a second, my page is so sticking. The basic triangular or 3-pillared or 3-petaled shape in many, although some adepts who have balanced the lower energies may create more faceted forms. The violet energy center is the least veritable and is sometimes described in your philosophy as 1,000-petaled, as it is the sum of the mind, body, spirit complex, distortion, totality. The questioner says, right now I feel a feeling at the indigo center. If this center were totally activated and not blocked at all, would I then feel nothing there? I am raw. This query, if answered, would infringe upon the law of confusion. Questioner. Immediately after the death of a physical body, you have stated that the primary activated body is the indigo, and you stated that it is form maker. Why is this so? So I'm going to read that question again. The question is, immediately after the death of a physical body, you have stated, saying to Ra, you have stated that the primary activated body is the indigo. And you stated to Ra again that it is the form maker. Why is this so? I am Ra. This will be the last full query of this session of working. That's because we're ending session 51. Okay. The indigo body may be seen to be an analog for intelligent energy. It is in microcosm the logos. The intelligent energy of the mind, body, spirit complex, totality draws its existence. Are you hearing? It draws its existence from intelligent infinity, or, as you know it, the creator. This creator is to be understood both in macrocosm and microcosm, to have, as we have said, two natures: the unpotentiated infinity, which is intelligent. This is all that there is. Okay. Free will has potentiated both the creator of us all and ourselves as co-creators. As co-creators with intelligent infinity, which has will. I'm going to read that again. Divine wants me to read it again. Free will has potentiated, take the comma, both the creator of us all and ourselves as co-creators with intelligent infinity, which has free will. You know what? My doorbell just rang. I'm going to put you on pause and then go answer it. Okay? I'll be right back.
While we're waiting, I actually have a little something for us, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the indigo ray and the indigo energy center. And this indigo energy center, or indigo ray, is the third eye chakra. And the third eye chakra, for everybody out there, just to go over it real quick with y'all while we're waiting. So the third eye chakra is our indigo energy center, and it's located between the eyebrows, and then It resonates at 852 hertz. And then what this energy center, this indigo energy center, represents for us is the health and condition of our pituitary and pineal glands, our forehead, our eyes, our nose, and our brain. So physically, this is what this energy center chakra governs or is connected to. Along with that, it's also connected to your circadian rhythm, as well as your biological clock and cycles. So that is like your ability to rest well, to produce the correct chemicals like melatonin and melanin and things of that nature inside of your brain. And then also is a connection to your hormones and your chemical regulation. And then it also is, and this is where it kind of relates to what Ra is talking about currently in the book, is that this indigo ray or this indigo energy center is our direct connection to our psychic senses as well as our intuitive guidance. So this is where we access divine wisdom. This is where we're able to have a intuitive and psychic fourth dimensional sensibility beyond the physical realm and going into the metaphysical or the energetic realm, where we're psychic, we're intuitive, we're telepathic, clairvoyant, clairsentient. That all stems with the help of your third eye chakra. So the more healthy and the more active your third eye is, the more those senses and that intuitive nature is flowing through you naturally. But yeah, I just wanted to share that real quick to give you guys what that chakra is in relation to us, that indigo energy center. Back to you, Sandee. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Forgive me.
Oh, no worries.
I double booked a dog walking little session with my dog. Kind of, I double booked myself. Hey, but they understood. So anyway, and the main thing is Charlie understood, because he came right back to the room. He's into the raw vibration. So, raw has things vibrating with him, because he loves this time. So anyway, I love what Marcus was saying about the indigo and the third eye. And what Ra was saying, what the questioner was asking was at the time of death, when the body is separate, as the body is letting go, is it in indigo, that indigo state, and it's in the third eye state. It's connected with you've moved into that state of the third eye and the crown, connecting back, merging back with the divine. Even your body, as your body is letting go of that, your body is surrendering to the it's not severing a connection. It's embodying the connection. Did you get that? It's not severing the connection. Your body, as it lets go of that limitation, it embodies the limitless in the intuitive. It's tapping into everything, everywhere. Now, you imagine if you can do this in death, as we human beings call it, we can do it in consciousness as we are shifting from fourth density to fifth density to sixth density to 144th density and not die. Every time we shift, Every time you notice you shift and you surrender to the shift and tap more into your intuitive, more into your heart space and your intuitive, that merges you into your crown chakra, that merges you. When you get to the crown chakra, what's left is merging with the divine. And you can do it and not have to, not have to die. You just get to look at third density in a whole different limitless value of consciousness. And it's heart chakra, and it's indigo. It's your pineal gland. And then you just get to see everything such a different way. And you know how you are seeing it a different way when folks say, how come that doesn't rock you? That shit just made me feel bad. But you're not bothered by it, because you're seeing it in just a different facet. You go, oh well. For me, that's what I say when folks say, well, we got so and so for president. Oh well. For me, I just tell them I'm 67 solar returns around the earth. I've had both Democrat and Republican presidents, and I'm thriving. I've been thriving. Doesn't rock my world, because I'm creating my world. I'm seeing it from another density. I'm seeing it from another conscious level. I'm seeing the thriving. I'm looking at so much more. I'm looking up. My mother always told me, look up. And when you're a kid, you want to go like, I would just want to barrel down the street on the bike and just go. But no, my mother would say, take your time, Sandee, look up. And there's so much going on in the sky. And now everybody's seeing it going, was that a UFO? When I was a kid, well, yeah, that's a UFO. I figured that out when I was, 5. You guys freaking out about it? I figured that out and I'm gone. Right? When you're a kid, you're in here. You're in your third eye continuously. Nothing rocks your world. There is no bricks that can stop you. When you're a kid, you either go through it, you climb over it, you go under it. But when you're a kid, you figured it out through your heart chakra and your crown chakra and your third eye. Go be a kid. Right? So the questioner says, is there anything that we can do to make the instructor or the instrument more comfortable or improve the contact? They're ending this session 51. Ra says, I am Ra. All is well. You are conscientious. I leave you now, my brothers, in love and in light of the one infinite creator. Go forth, go forth, take the comma, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one infinite creator, Adonai. And now we begin session 52. This was done May 19th, 1981. I am Ra. I greet you in love and in light of the one infinite creator. We communicate now. The questioner says, in the previous session, you stated the other type of experience is the fourth, fifth, and sixth densities of other galaxies, and some within your own galaxy which have learned necessary disciplines of personality to view the universe as one being are able to proceed from locus to locus by thought alone, materializing the necessity craft. I would like to ask you, when you say fourth, fifth, and sixth densities of other galaxies, some within your own galaxies, are you stating here that more of the entities in other galaxies have developed the ability of personality than have those in this galaxy for this type of travel? I am using the term galaxy with respect to the lenticular shape of billions of stars. I am wrong. We have once again used a meaning for this term galaxy that does not lie within your vocabulary at this time. If you will call it so, we refer to your star system. It is incorrect to assume that other star systems are more able to manipulate the dimensions than your own. It is merely that there are many other systems besides your own. So did you get that? We're thinking that one star system is better than us or more formidable than us. It's just another star system. It's just growth and expansion. There are other beings in other parts of the galaxy that are going through what we're going through their phases, just like us. Is it for our wisdom and expansion, our growth, to know what they're doing? Only if it's going to be for our highest and greatest good. Only if it's going to be a learning opportunity for growth and expansion. Not to judge ourselves by other dimensions. As human beings, once we find out that we can astral travel and project and whatnot, we spend a lot of time trying to be there instead of in our now. Because we think it's better there. We think that's where we're going to excel at when our now moment is here. But guess what? The divine says, if you want to do that, if you want to be there instead of here, go ahead. Why? Because that's an expression. That's a feeling. That's a choice. Right? The questioner says, thank you. I think that probably I am on an important point here, because it seems to me that the great work in evolution is the discipline of personality. And it seems that we have two types of entities moving around the universe, one stemming from disciplines of personality and the other stemming from what you call the slingshot effect. I won't even get into the sub-like speeds because I don't consider that too important. I only consider this material important because of the fact that we are considering disciplines of the personality. Is the use of the slingshot effect for travel what you might call an intellectual or a left brain type of involvement of understanding, rather than a right brain type. Ooh, this is going to be good for Marcus. Ra says, I am Ra. Your perception on this point is extensive. You penetrate the outer teaching. We prefer not to utilize the terminology of right and left brain due to the inaccuracies of this terminology. Some functions are repetitive and redundant in both lobes. And further, take the comma. So take what we just said, Ra just said. Take that in. Let it sink in. Let it resonate if you want it to resonate. And then Ra goes on to say, to some entities, my pages are sticking, they're new pages. To some entities, the function of the right and left are reversed. However, the heart of the query is worth some consideration. The technology of which you, as a social complex, are enamored at this time is but the birthing of the manipulation of the intelligent energy of the sub-logos. Earth consciousness is a logos. We are sub-logoses. Okay? Intelligent energy of the sub-logos, which, when carried much further, may evolve into technology capable of using the gravitate. Interesting. GARVITIC. Gravitate effects of which we spoke. We note that this term is not accurate, but there is no closer term. Therefore, the use of technology to manipulate the outside, right? Or the technology to manipulate that outside of the self is far less of an aid to personal evolution than the disciplines of the body, mind, and spirit complex, resulting in the whole knowledge of self in the microcosm and the macrocosm. To the disciplined entity, all things are open and free. The discipline which opens the universes opens also the gateways of evolution. The difference is that of choosing either to hitchhike to a place where beauty may be seen or to walk step by step, independent and free of the independence to praise the strength to walk and opportunity of awareness of beauty. The hitchhiker instead is distracted by conversations and other vulgarities of the road and dependent upon the whims of others, right? And is concerned to make the appointment in time. The hitchhiker sees the same beauty, but not as prepared self for the establishment in the roots of the mind and the experience. So basically, you're too busy being concerned with the mode of transportation. Make a choice. You can walk the journey and then take in all the glory of what you're seeing as you're getting there. Or you can be in a hurry to get there and miss all the glorious wonders along the way. You make the choice. That's a free will choice. Back to you, Marcus.
I love that. What a way to finish off that segment. Just that reminder that, there's many choices we can choose in every moment what we want to do next. And ultimately, it's only going to be up to you on, what you do with your being next. And with that, just a reminder that there's no right or wrong either with the way that you choose or what it is that you do choose. It's just another experience of a different octave of frequency. And it'll always pass, and we'll have our next moment, whether that moment is in a human body or in our astral body or in another incarnation. And it's just so beautiful to remember and be reminded that we have this free will, and that free will is always in us. It's always in us. Even when we believe it's not, it's still in us. And that right there is unconditional love. You can say that free will is almost like unconditional love, because that free will, it's been given to us, from what I feel like, is unconditional love. That ability to be able to fully experience authentically and uniquely anything within existence, and it not to be right or wrong, but just to be a experience for a temporary moment. And we get to be able to shift that. If we don't like something, we can shift into something different. Or if we love something, we can put more amplification into it and attract more of it into our life. And it's just a great time to give that reminder of, where is our mindset? Are we kind of like in a mindset of limitation or putting ourselves in a box? Or are we allowing ourselves just to be open? It's really like, it's not even about like forcing yourself to be spiritual or forcing yourself to be a certain way of positivity. For me, it's more so of just being open, being open to what kind of, as we call it, miracle or divine moment could take place in any moment that could far exceed what it is that we dreamed of or what it is that we personally feel from our own ego self. And wow, when you get into that space, it feels like every day is a surprise, and you just never know what to get. Feels like Christmas almost, when you're just in that divine mystery and you just really accept it and flow with it. And the things that come without expectation, it blows me away every time. And I'm sure many of us can take a moment and just reflect on the times where, we have just been far exceeded of any expectation we had going into an experience. Back to you.
Yes. The mode of transportation that we have as we grow and we expand is a gift, actually. It really is. Think about it. As a child, all you could think about is, I can't wait till I get 16 or 15 to get my driver's permit so that I can learn how to drive. I can't wait until I get my license so that I could get my car, right? I can't wait until I go on that first long distance drive without dad or mom in the car or big brother or whatnot, right? The anticipation. It's okay to have anticipation because that's a feeling. Maybe not to stay in it too long, because anticipation can also lead to having inner turmoil as well, right? It's kind of, you have to balance, right? But our journey can be taken by car or by plane or by boat or by bus or like Ross says, by walking, by hitchhiking. You can decide if you're going to have an astral projection when you dream, or you can just decide if you're going to stay in dream state. You can create that dreamscape that you want. And then your inner being can play there while your body heals and regenerates and rejuvenates and replenishes. And then when you wake up, you come back. You get to also allow your higher being to share the travels with you. That's called remembering your dreams. Some people remember it vividly because they open themselves up to being available to that portal, that dream portal. Some people remember the nightmare vividly because they open themselves up to remembering that. All Ra is saying is you choose it. And Ra is saying, us, the logos, gets to decide that. We are a logos. That's why I was saying Marcus is going to have fun. You want to explain logos to them?
A logos.
A logos.
A logos. Okay. A logos, if I believe correctly, is something along the lines of kind of like a what's the word? Kind of like it's like a expression imprint or a container for the divine or for source energy to be able to imprint itself into a dimension. And there's different dimensional logos depending upon your vibration and the being. And yeah, so these vessels here, they're logoses of the third dimension or other dimensions to be able to be experienced in a third dimension. And that's why we have the term logo. A logo is our human version of a logos. So it's always like a trickle effect in the universe. It's like the creator does something in a certain pattern, a certain way, and then from there it continues to duplicate until we get us right here, and then we continue to duplicate, and it's just all a domino effect basically, and it's a mimicking of what the creator does, and then we just do it into different ways and different expressions and different octaves. And yeah, so when you think of logo is basically a one-dimensional version of the creator and expression. And then a logos, when you think of the spiritual term or the terminology logos, it is basically a little bit higher dimensional imprint of the source energy and expression. So yeah, it's really interesting. You can identify as the logos, and you can also identify as the observer, observing through the logos. So that's a whole other thing too, is the perception that you choose. And to be honest, we all choose different octaves throughout our whole life. We go through many different octaves in just one day of dimensional perception. But yeah, that's logos. Thank you, Sandee. Back to you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Marcus. So
Mm-hmm.
logos is stars, the moon, every planet that's in this vicinity of the vibration of this galaxy that we're in. They're all logoses. Earth consciousness is a logos. The divine is seeking itself through Earth consciousness on her journey. And we are sub-logoses of Earth consciousness. We share a shifting with her. We share an evolution with her. Every time she goes through a shift, we're going to go through one too. She knows it. She had her IT department created that way, so she could experience herself in the logos that she is, to shift and evolve with a formed body. We call her formed body Earth, or planet Earth, or Earth plane. And she calls us beings of humanity. Me ku se no ku adigme. They se ku ate e. Te ma kwa ne se sulu ku uchiano ku ate. Ah, te ma ku uchiana ku a. Susu ku unta e. We flow with her. She requires nothing of us but to express. She is the one true creator, seeking itself in all forms of logi. The questioner says, then I am assuming that in the more positively oriented soul, Divine wants me to slow my roll. The questioner says, I am assuming that in the more positively oriented social memory complexes, a much bigger percentage of them use the personality disciplines for this travel. Is this correct? I am raw. This is correct. As positive fifth density moves into sixth, there are virtually no entities which any longer use outer technology for travel or communication. The questioner says, could you give me the same information on the negatively oriented social memory complex as to the ratio and as to how they use the slingshot effect or the disciplines of the personality for travel? Remember, our higher beings got to have the chance to choose a free will choice of positive polarity, which is service to others, which is service to self, in wholeness and balance of the one true creator. And it also gets to choose the negative polarity, which is service to self at all costs, no matter who is involved. Example, look outside of you and you'll see where people are servicing themselves at the cost of all others. Look at all your videos that you're watching right now on internet, where they are showing people being cruel and mean to each other, with no story of doing it with a purpose. They're just doing it to show someone being mean to each other to get their way. Violent, abusive, talking to people negatively to build themselves up, telling people that they're ignorant, or they're making fun of people who are crippled, and I'm just saying, just watch and then come back and tell me how you feel about that. I don't want to hear that it's just they're just doing a script. Tell me how you feel about the script that they did. They're showing you what service to self is. Where does that take you in your journey? Right? Where does it take you? So, could you give me the same information on the negative orientation? I am raw. The fourth density negative uses the slingshot gravitate. I'm sorry, I have a tough, I'm used to saying gravity, and it's gravitate, T-I-C, gravitate light effect. Perhaps 80% of its membership being able to master the disciplines necessary to alternate methods of travel. In fifth density negative, approximately 50% of some point gain the necessary discipline to use thought to accomplish travel. As the sixth density approaches, the negative orientation is thrown into confusion and little travel is attempted. What travel is done is perhaps 73% of light/thought. So in the negative polarity, as it moves up, as it moves up from fifth to sixth density, in order to travel by light, by thought, it's harder to do that because it throws them into confusion. Not that they can't do it, it's just not the easiest point of travel. The questioner says, is there any difference close to the end of fifth density in the disciplines of personality between positive and negative orientation? I am raw. There are patent differences between the polarities, but no difference whatsoever in the completion of the knowledge of the self necessary to accomplish this discipline. You still have to know yourself, whether you're in the negative or positive. It's still free will choice. A person that is creating from a negative polarity knows that it's creating from a negative polarity. Why? Because it knows what it wants, and it knows what cost it's going to pay to get what it wants. It doesn't know how it's going to come, but it knows that there will be a cost for it being in the negative polarity and only seeking through the negative polarity that which it wants at the cost of others. It knows that the law of cause and effect will happen, and it can choose that anyway. It embodies it. You can embody the negative polarity just like you embody the positive polarity. Back to you, Marcus.
I'm going to read a little something for us. I feel like the old scholar in the movie goes over to the bookshelf. All right, here we are. Magical Dimension. The Oracle of the Magical Dimensions. Now, this Oracle deck has Fae cards, Galactic cards, Chakra cards, as well as Angelic and Elemental. Sounds like a lot of our favorite stuff. So, welcome in, Starlight. Good to see you, sister. We have the Magical Dimensions Oracle here, and Spirit is just leading me to pull a card for us in this moment and read into the ethers of what kind of medicine or what kind of message is available for us in this moment. Okay. Oh. Kind of figures, you know? And we're talking about this third eye thing and talking about our ability to be kind of more lucid and in the higher realms through our mind's eye. And the card from the Oracle is Dreamscape. Dreamscape. Now, I love the imagery of this one. If you guys look, I'll put it on the full screen. So if you guys look here, we have a wonderful, elegant queen or elegant woman, and she's very activated. You know, she's got that vital energy flowing. And then along with that, she also has her King Monarch butterfly wings. So she's got a balance going on. You know, she's got her feminine energy activated, and then she's also spreading her wings in her masculine energy. And then you can see in the background, she's powered by something. What does that look like? Looks a little something like Ra back there. So you got that solar Ra energy as well in the background. Kind of like a foundation almost. So then you also have some crystals down below. So the dreamscape is with dream work, subconscious, and imagination. So it sounds like we're being called to pay attention to our astral travels. Perhaps even journal through some dream work. First thing when you rise, you open those eyes. Maybe journal out your dream. Journal out the experience that you have in your astral travel. And then subconscious, just remembering that our subconscious affects our dreams. Not only that, but our subconscious also affects the patterns, the way that we perceive, and the way that we are able to mentally focus and mentally perceive and project our reality. So it also sounds like some of us may be invited to do some subconscious reprogramming, clear out old thought patterns, attachments, memories that we may mentally be holding on to. That could be either distorting our cognitive functioning in the present, or it could also be our autopilot, subconscious mind taking over in unconscious patterns. If there are any of these that you can identify, I invite you to be able to journal them out. Speak with somebody that you can trust in a safe and conscious environment. Or even find practices energetically that you can transmute and be able to release and channel these energies into. So then lastly with dreamscape, I'm also hearing that the time is now. You know, there's no better time than right now to put in the action and put in the steps of making your dreams materialize and be in your really present experience. And if you don't know what steps to take right now, just maybe think about, do I have the resources? Do I have the tools that I need for this to happen? Or do I need to maybe go to the store and get some things? Or I need to, get some ingredients and tools to be able to start working towards this. And then think about maybe like what steps you need to take. And then again, with the dreamscape, taking a look at ourselves as well, just doing a self-analyzation. Am I mentally intact? Am I emotionally intact? Am I physically intact in the way that is healthy enough and aligned with what it is that I intend and what it is that I want to manifest? We got to make sure we have that vital energy to be able to have the durability and the stamina, that mentalism, clearing out those subconscious patterns to make sure that they support us in what we're doing. And then also the emotions, knowing how to ground, knowing when to ascend, knowing when to be centered. There's always a place to start, especially when you know thyself. Back to you, Sandee.
I love that. He always says, he grabs that thought that I have, know thyself, embody thyself. Sometimes, where we get told how to manifest all the processes, but what isn't maybe shared with us at the time is asking ourselves an embodying question about the things that we want to manifest. Why do I want them? Where can they take us? Where can they take me or us? Or you, your body, your mind, your higher being? To know yourself and why you're asking for what you're asking for. We're not saying don't ask. We're just saying that your mode of transportation and how you manifest and how you the law of manifestation and the law of attraction, they go hand in hand, but they're separate vibrations. You can attract something to you and not manifest it. It stay kind of like in the limbo of manifestation because you haven't embodied it yet. Have you heard people always talk about, I want to be transparent. I want to be transparent with everybody. I don't want to be transparent with everybody. I want to be transparent with myself. I want to know myself instead of somebody telling me about what they think they know about me because I've shared something that hasn't given them the you know, I've only been transparent about this when there's so much more of me. Well, I want to be transparent with all of me. I just happen to be one of those people that believe that you being transparent with others opens others up to be a vital part of telling you who you are and what you should be and shouldn't be. And you're giving them way too much power. Transparency starts with yourself first. What do you want to see? What's layered? What's been what in your past has been layered down so much that when somebody says something, you say, "Oh, they're triggering me," but they're just the vehicle that brought the trigger, that initiated or activated the trigger. The trigger is yours. Right? So all these questions that Ra is answering about the vehicles of transportation, it's not going to only going to other dimensions. It's going within yourself. It's writing that vibration or that octave into you. It's taking a deep dive, so to speak, into the nexus of you. And Ra says, "Hey, we're a sixth density social complex now. We've done that. The planet, what we know as the planet Venus, has merged as the one true creator. That's what they did. They merged, and they're now a social complex. But that's them as the one true creator, as a social complex. Hey, been there, done that. We did it, but you don't have to do it the same way we did it. We're just giving you some extra added information. We're giving you the cheat sheet. You don't have to do it exactly the way the cheat sheet says, and you don't have to take the same vehicles we took, but we're just giving you the information so that you can go see what fits, take what resonates. Maybe you don't want to build the ark like we build it. Maybe you don't want to move through the same dreamscapes that we move through. We're just giving you that information. Ra is saying we're being transparent with you because we've already been there, done there, and made the mistakes, and we've already merged and ascended. So you can judge us however much you want through transparency, but this is about you. This is about you, Sandee. This is about you, Marcus. This is about you. What mode of transportation do you want to seek within yourself to take you further? It's not just about spaceships and going from one portal to another. It's about the portal that's within you. You're a logos. You're part of a logi. You're part of the one true creator. You're a logos. I'm at expressing logi. I'm the one true creator. I am Marcus, and Marcus is me. I am Starlight, and Starlight is me. I am CEO of Cash, and CEO of Cash is me. Still, I'm expressing as Sandee. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. 7:20, and it's time for me to go walk my dog. And drink some turmeric and milk.
Golden milk. Golden milk.
Golden milk.
The golden milk. What do you put in yours?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Whatever I have in my kitchen. I can't use ginger anymore for a while. So turmeric, cayenne pepper, a little cinnamon. Cinnamon is really good. Cinnamon and there's one other thing that cloves.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, it tastes great too, and it does. It really works through, the pain receptacles. It works on those. So, I used to mix just a little bit of ginger in there, but hey, ginger. I'm getting the estrogen levels to balance, so ginger kind of makes them high. So just a little bit more about my body, baby, right? But being in balance and and wholeness. We are born wholeness. We just are. When we awake to that part of us, then we get to see how much we want to open up to it, and the possibilities are infinite, and they expound, they keep multiplying. Life was meant to multiply, and it doesn't mean by having babies. It means that life is seeking itself to multiply itself. And it's doing that through energy. And energy is saying, hey, I'm seeking to express. Ask me to do that. Give me a request. And it sits on the edge of the universe and it says, I'm listening. What does Sandee want? What does Marcus want? Right? What do you want? Why do you want it? When you get it, what you gonna do with it? Are you gonna be like that little kid at Christmas, tearing off the wrapping paper, running outside, even if it's raining outside, taking your skateboard outside and riding up the street, even though it's drizzling on you, right? Life is about you. What you gonna do? Strawberry fields forever. What you gonna do? Right? So with that, we are going to we're ending on page 15. If you've got that book 3, that's where we're ending. We'll pick up towards the middle of the page with the next question. Anybody has a question right now, here's the time to ask it. You know. Hello, Kiki Low.
My laptop's about to die. Well,
It's
might as well
about
close
to
this
die?
out.
All right,
My
let's close
laptop's
it.
about to die, so I might as well close it out.
Yes, let's close it out then.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for episode 40. And we're in book 3 of the Raw Material Law of One. We'll be with you guys next Wednesday, same time as usual, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific time, as we will be in episode 41, continuing forward with book 3. Thank you guys for your comments and support. Wholeness and balanced love.
Wholeness and balanced love. And yes, next Wednesday is Christmas. But we'll be here we're gonna give you an hour. And Ra's gonna say, whoop, whoop.
Might do a live giveaway. Tune in.
Tune in.